Hey everyone, welcome back. Well, it's Friday again, and it's been a week of full sun days all week, the kind of days that require the trees to have water 3 times a day. So it's that time of year when all of the spring growth turns into summer growth. Hard to believe now, we're right into summertime. But that's the way it goes. And last night the weather changed and we had thunderstorms move in. We've had beautiful thunderstorms this morning. And now the forecast is for rain again tomorrow. Every Saturday so far has been rain at the market. But the market has been very good for selling trees, and last week was my best week I've ever had. So it's really exciting to see my little bonsai business doing well. So the trees are just as happy as they can be from the rain. So let's take a look at them. So starting down here at the end, my almond maple groups have done really nice this spring. And I did have 2 trees like this, and I did sell one last Saturday, my first sale of these almond maple groups. Really exciting. And they're all right at that point where they're starting to need pruning. So a little later we'll prune one of these. This tamarack is doing wonderful. This tree has always had high vigor and is a real nice tree. This one's a blue spruce. They're funny. Sometimes they're blue and sometimes they're green. This is just a green one. Another one of the Amur groups. This one has real nice base going. Some of the trunks have definitely fused on this one. They're developing really nice. They're all about 4 years old now. And this is the time of year when all of the growth just explodes on these trees. This one's a red spruce. And a little later we're gonna prune this one. Obviously it's time. I have 2 of these groups. These were made about 4 years ago. And they both need pruning now. So we'll get that one in shape here in a little bit. Still planning on trying to sell this birch tree. Probably take it to the market tomorrow. This is definitely one of my favorite tamaracks. Real nice tree. So these trees from a video this spring, this one on the end is not doing all that great. I may have to replace this tree. It's not dead, so I'm gonna give it some time, see if it buds out. But I may have to replace that one. The other 2 are doing well. All the birch trees are right at that point where they need pruning. It's the summertime pruning for the rest of the month I'll be pruning on them. I still have 2 of these smaller size Almer maple groups I'll be trying to sell. And I'm still trying to sell this tamarack. Nice tree. Here's the other Almer group. Just crazy growth on them. And this forest is doing really well. Really happy. All grown out. By the end of the month, this one will need some pruning. My bayberry is got berries all over it. Very happy. Be interesting to see if I get any birds eating them. Really like this tree. Very interesting tree. This little group is doing well. It's gotten some attention. I've had a few people come over and look at them, and one lady had some interest in buying this one. I may take that one to the market at some point this summer. This tamarack forest is developing really nice. It's a nice one. This tree will be going to the market tomorrow. Got a very interesting base on it. Doing well. And it's about time for pruning on these birch trees. They're very happy. Here's one that I haven't gotten into a concrete pot yet, but it's a very cool little tree. I need to pot that one up. It's a good one. This tree has done wonderful this spring. It's also a blue spruce that just happens to be green, but very happy. And this one is very happy. So here, this tree is going to the market tomorrow. This one I just pruned this week. Got these rocks glued to it. Nice little tamarack. This tree is just super happy. Definitely one of my best trees. So the giant sequoias, these are all cuttings from my big giant sequoias. They're just starting to grow. I know they're going to really take off. I can just tell they're going to have a big growth spurt this summer. But really enjoying this planting. The pinging style. And this tamarack will be going to the market. Very nice little tree. Trees in the wagon are just doing wonderful. All of these trees against the house are doing nice. This group is really coming on. Definitely one of my favorite things that I've made. This one will be going to the market once the flowers open, maybe next week. It is all budded out. The Cotoneaster has been my best-selling bonsai. Sold a nice one last Saturday. That tree's developing really nice. So this is one of my pear trees from seed. I've got about 6 of them that are getting really nice now. And this tamarack is going to go to the market. Nice little tree. So I've got a tree set up on the turntable and it needs pruning. So I'll get you set up on the tripod and we'll get to pruning that one. All right, this tamarack has been in a greenhouse all spring. It's had a lot of heat on it, and that's caused it to really put on the growth. Obviously time for a good pruning. And quite a few weeds in it. So the first thing to do is just to get it weeded. These trees are very sensitive to heat. So the ones that I keep in greenhouses and keep them warm, they put on a lot more growth than the ones outside. And obviously, can't see any trunk on this tree. So the first thing I want to do is remove some lower branches so that I can get a view to the trunk. This one has a really nice triple trunk in there, but it does have a lot of low branches. Some of them are pretty big, but they do need to go. Because it's all about having a good view to the trunk on them. This is where it's really important to have these scissors, because that gets you right up against the trunk so you get a smooth cut on them. Helps you not end up with a bunch of nubs on the trunk. So any branches that are hanging down, I want to cut them so that I get a good view in there. It's a really interesting trunk on this one. Triple trunk. I want to make sure I get all these branches that are hanging down. It's much better. And because it's a triple trunk, it has a bunch of apex growth competing up here. So I want to knock down all this apex growth on it. You shouldn't be afraid to prune on these tamaracks. They're really large trees, and they really benefit from a good summer prune on them. So all of these shoots, I want to cut them back at least half of the growth. It's about making the tree look more compact and not lanky. So it's really every shoot that needs attention on it. It's not complicated at all. I like to prune all my tamaracks once a year, but they're all at different stages of growth. This one is just really grown out fast this year, so that's why I chose this one to prune first. There's a moth living in there. Starting to get a more compact look on it now. There are some dead branches in here. Some of the inner branches get shaded out on them because they're so thick. So I'll clean up all of those dead ones in here. That'll improve the view to the trunks. Now that I'm getting it pruned up, I can start thinking about what the front might be. This is a nice round pot, so all you have to do is turn it till you like it. That right there has the best view in there to the trunks. It's good to stop and just enjoy the tree for a while, and I can always come back and do a little more pruning on it. So now we'll get one of those armor groups on the tractor and we'll give it a haircut. Alright, you can see this one has really put on the growth, and all of my maple trees have really grown this spring. These trees have been in this pot about 4 years, so they're very well established now. I can see the place where I trimmed them last year, so I just don't want to go past that point, or else I lose that ramification on them. I want to use these scissors when I want to get right up against the trunk, so I don't end up with a nub on there. All right, the rain held off just long enough, but it is starting again. You can see they're much more attractive when they're all pruned up. This one is my favorite of the clump styles. Just got it pruned. But it is gonna rain again. Alright, getting a nice rain shower out there. There won't be any watering trees today. So the last one that we'll prune up is this Cotoneaster. And this is the one that I'm planning on keeping for my collection. It has been the most profitable tree for me to develop as bonsai, and I sold a real nice one last Saturday. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of all the sucker growth on my trunk down here. I'll zoom you in there. This whole bottom part is what I consider the trunk. So once a year, it needs all the suckers cut off. It's definitely the most dramatic part of this tree, and I want to be able to enjoy it. It is a very aggressive plant, and they're always going to make these suckers up the trunk. So once a year it just needs to be cleaned up down there. So the next thing I want to do is pick out the best shoots on it for cuttings for the next generation. This one is obviously a really strong shoot. So I'll just clean up this part of it. I like to scratch them with my fingernail like that. Get some stimulated to root there. This plant, it would root without this hormone, but it does make a stronger cutting, so it is worth using. So there's a perfect cutting. Next generation of them. That's all there is to making new Cotoneasters. It's been a wonderful tree to propagate. Very, very easy. They root every time. When I'm looking for cuttings, I want nice long straight ones like this, because I will be wiring this cutting in about a year. So now I just want to shorten all these shoots. This plant can be cut back hard. It's really good for it. I want to make sure I get all the shoots cut off. There we go. That one's got a nice haircut. Ready to grow for the summer. Only a couple of hundred more trees to go. Hope everyone's having a great bonsai day. And I'll see you next time on Bonsai by the Sea.